There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
YouTube, the new EX structure deck is here, and my mind is blown that Konami did this. They broke a cycle. I did not think that they would do this. They released an EX structure deck within 2 months of the last one instead of waiting. My mind is absolutely blown. I can't believe they did this. Look at this. I was going to do an EX structure deck review. I was talking about EX structure decks being the budget way to play Duel Links competitively. You get to skip every box and event and then just buy the structure decks to be relevant. But Dkayed, what about the Sound Swordsman deck? That's wrong, okay? Look at this. Sound Swordsman's not an EX deck. EX, and this was top tier. EX, this was top tier. And then EX, this was top tier. So we have another EX name. So you would think that Konami would be on a cycle and be very careful to maintain the integrity and reputation of EX, whatever the hell that even means. We just know that makes a structure deck more expensive, and so far it's been top tier. So how does this one compare? Well, basically, my notes before I got rudely interrupted on the box being released were like, this is an early leak. It should come out in June. Obviously, that didn't happen. Comes out every 4 months. Obviously, didn't happen. Here's a fact. Every EX structure deck, every single one has been top tier, from Spellbooks to Blue Eyes to Ancient Gears. By the way, this was all before it even released in the shop. I was talking to the stream. Based on what we have now, I'm afraid that this might be the first ever EX to not be top tier. I'm just giving it to you straight. I said this before it came out, but I was like, wait, it's okay, because with a leak so early, we likely do not have the full picture. Well, it came out, and what's the verdict? We did have the full picture. We had nothing new came out. So this was my first impression, and that the best card was just this card. So let's talk about it. Should you buy this? Is this the new Ancient Gear structure deck? Let's talk about it. So this is the deck we came up with after many different iterations. I usually test a deck off stream, but for this, it came out during the stream. So we had to test many different ideas. The core card you want to be looking at is Neos Fusion. This is super good. You get to special summon a fusion monster, an elemental hero fusion monster, and you do so by sending the materials from your hand, deck, or field to the graveyard. And then, while Neos Fusion is in the graveyard, you could banish it to protect your fusion monster from being destroyed by battle or card effect. Okay? That's the core part about this. There is a restriction where the fusion has to only list 2 materials, and it must list one of them as Elemental Hero Neos. So for some ideas that you could use this with, that we did not use it with, but you could do it, Elemental Hero Neos. Some of the fusions include, you could use Aqua Neos, where you could discard a card to destroy a card in their hand. Some people like using Dark Neos. This might end up being an optimal way to play it. I just wasn't a big fan of it. You use it with the Dark Panther. So this allows you to negate a card in the field, but it's main phase 1. So don't think about negating a Xian, because Xian will prevent this from even coming out. All right? You could use a card like Glow Neos, which allows you to destroy any face-up card in the field and have an additional effect afterward. We are actually using this one. And that's pretty much it for the ideas that you could summon with this. And then you need the corresponding Neospatian in order to summon it. Now, with our Neo Fusion, we received a top-tier great fusion itself, Brave Neos. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you could search for another Neos Fusion. This also gains 100 attack for each Neospatian or hero in your graveyard. So immediately it's bigger than a Xian, and it plays around dual wield. Take out the Xian, search for another Neos Fusion. You're in a great spot, and if anything happens to your Brave Neos, you could banish your Neos Fusion. The big problem, though, is Anishi. If you play around dual wield, you're going to get Anishi'd. And if you play around Anishi, you'll probably get dual wielded. It's kind of a difficult situation with that. And that's kind of where this stops. That is where the greatest cards stop right here. Neos Fusion and your Brave Neos. The rest are kind of mediocre. And that's why the deck struggles a bit, but I think it's cog worthy. I think the best way to play this, unfortunately, may be mixing it with Amazons, the core engine of Neos Fusion and this, or playing Cypher Soldier, or playing Sazank, or, you know, mixing it with another degenerate deck type. A pure build of this, I don't think is going to be top tier. So does that truly break the cycle of EX decks not being top tier? Time will tell. We just had a meta weekly. We'll have more events. We have anytime tournaments. I also have more testing to do on stream and discussions to have with top players of the community to see the best way to play this, because Silent Magician was not a Silent Magician deck. It was used in spellbooks to be top tier. This might just make a deck like Amazon's top tier, or make another deck top tier. But for the pure build, just like Silent Magician, maybe not top tier itself. Let's talk about the rest of the cards after all of that rambling. Now with Chalice, it's so good against Cypher Soldier. It's so good against Anishi. It's so good against Sazank. It's so good against Shien to ensure you can get your Neos Fusion to go through. The biggest problem this deck has is because Neos Fusion is so damn good, and the only real way to search it is by destroying a monster by battle with Brave Neos, which could prove to be difficult if you summon it without your Neos Fusion, is that's it. If you don't draw your Neos Fusion, I think you're gonna struggle. So a great way to play this is probably with Kaiba Bling. I did not want to hit you guys with the Kaiba Bling version yet. As you can see, I have 2 glossies of the Neos Fusion. I'm good. I could play the Kaiba Bling version, which might turn out to be the best pure way to play this. This deck is still a lot of fun. I enjoy it. With the Neos Fusion effect, I could send an Elemental Hero Neos from my deck with a Bacon Saver. Bacon Saver in the grave, if they attack me, I can banish Bacon Saver to protect from the attack. It's great. People forget about it. When this card is normal summon, you could special summon a Neos from your deck or hand, or you could tribute it herself to special summon Neos from the graveyard. What's great about her is she enables your Wrath of Neos. This is a Poggers card. You select your face-up Elemental Hero Neos, you return it to the deck, then destroy all cards on the field. This will be the main way of doing so. The Glow Moss is pretty much just to be used with your Glow Neos. You activate the fusion, you send it wherever it is, on the field, hand, deck, to the graveyard with your Neos. Now you have this. We are also finishing up the deck with Econ. We're playing Beatdown. I feel Beatdown is quite necessary in order to compete with Ancient Gears. Otherwise, you could consider something like Miracle Draw, get your Pot of Greed. Seriously though, you could consider a Sealed Tombs. Sealed Tombs is great against Anishi. If you're playing against it, you could prevent them from banishing with Anishi. You're gonna have to do a real big push, probably with your Neos Knight, to ensure with the Sealed Tombs that you push through it. And that is pretty much the deck. Very important note though is use Neos Fusion as your last card activation, because you can't special summon for the rest of the turn. You might be thinking, use this with maybe Miracle, use this with Mass Change. It won't work. So if you have a Miracle Contact and a Neos Fusion and or a Neos Space Connector, you must special summon with Contact and your Connector first. Then the last thing you do in main phase 1 needs to be Neos Fusion, nothing else. That's the deck. Enjoy! So your idea is to get not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not even 5, but you want me to get 6 monsters, right? What the hell is his attack? Once it's my turn, I'll tell you how many goddamn monsters you want me to have in the grave. Guy's taking too long. Brave Neos. You want me to have 6 heroes and or Neospacians in my grave, and a regular poly will help me get 6 monsters in the grave, then I no longer need Beatdown. No! Grass. Grass is the answer. This is kind of weird. What's up with this, man? That's not a good opener for... That's not good at all for him. It's great for us. Great for us. Oh, I could... Maybe I should gloss Neos, pop the dojo. It would probably be better than destroying his whole field. Ah, whatever. Do we win with just attacking directly? What's up with that? Damn, we just win. Holy moly, you're right. That is lethal anyway. Woo! To the face! Huh. 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 How do we deal with the reactor dragon? We need that econ just to, when he summons it. When he summons it. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Connector. Special. Our Neos. And his name is Elemental Hero Neos. Woo! Damn. So we then do Miracle Contacto. Yes. That's a double cyclone. Okay. Shuffle you back in. I guess it doesn't... I mean, we could shuffle her back in if we want to. I could just have her out for extra damage. It really doesn't mean... I could use it for an econ take in case that was like a twister or something. We could just do this. Just watch. Just watch! Neos Fusion! You fool! Are any of these like a good idea? No. Just him. Just him. Just him. Just him. Bacon? Sure. O-T-K! Fool! Maybe you do want to play beatdown with this. What you guys think? What you thinking? Elemental Hero, Brave Neos, Star Strike, Blast! Beatdown, plus 600, huh? I just don't know about the Wrath of Neos. What do you think about that? What you thinking? What are you thinking? It's actually not so bad here. Summon, whatever. As much as I want to be greedy and not set econ, it's not right. We should be setting it. This is going to be a 6-Sam deck. We'll think about denying the synchro. Denying the synchro is going to be optimal. Yeah. All right. Cosmic Cyclone. That's fine. Now we can't connect her into a Wrath of Neos, unfortunately. Do you think the new mini box will add more support to this? So, Miyoko DM. My planned review that got canceled to instead play the deck was supposed to address future support for this, because I started my review with saying every EX structure deck has been top tier. I still have the notes, and I had them on screen. It was, every EX structure deck's been top tier. And then I wrote in the notes on stream, before we even played this deck, I said, based on what we have now, I'm afraid this might be the first EX to not be top tier. So if you want to see that, I will show you the notes real quick of what, before we got interrupted by this being released. Let's see that real quick. So I was real quick to actually say that, which is kind of sad, but this is what I said. We were getting into the review. This is before even playing this, okay? And then right when I was starting with the review, the box came out right here. We didn't even get far. And then I said, with a leak so early, we likely do not have the full picture. And then with this, I was going to talk about cards we could be getting. How did you not crush me? How? Beatdown. We have to play around dual wield. Really? Really? Okay. Sound Swordsman is not an EX structure deck, so I did not forget anything. I am speaking off full facts. Everything here is fact. Fact. Sound Swordsman was never an EX structure deck. Nope, it was regular structure. It was cheaper and everything. So this is actually different. So anyone who's been playing Duel Links for a while, please do not compare this to the Sound Swordsman structure deck and just be like, no. This is compared to Silent Magician. This is compared to Blue Eyes. This is compared to Ancient Gears. Now, if we talk about Silent Magician, you're right. It needed an entire box set to make Silent Magician top tier. So you're asking, are we potentially going to get a mini box just like Silent Magician did to make it top tier? And within that review, we were going to look at some TCG cards. And just to tell you now, it was not looking good. It really was not looking good. Yeet. So hold on. Dual wield, you're right, but he's not going to, I mean, he might chance of this. He would not do it before I would do this, though. I think he might just opt to negate instead of dual wielding. What? The hell is that? What? Nani? What the? Okay. Never mind. JK. Let's see his grave. I don't know, man. I don't know. Double dual wield. Double dual wield and a Shien. Get out of here. Let's see. Let's summon this. Think about that. And I could tribute summon for Neos next turn if I want to. This seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Bacon to protect. If he were to make a Shien, we could copy it with our Panther. Let's see if this works. I don't have a review for the deck yet. Of whether it's worth buying. So you just have to keep watching. That means you didn't miss much. Thank you. Shien. All right, we'll still Shien with Panther effect. Beatdown. He swings over this, I'll probably just use my Neos Fusion. Holding onto Bacon might be better than Neos Fusion. What you think about that? This does protect from destruction. Bacon is just an attack. Maybe I'll hold on to the Neos Fusion. Honestly, I'll just hold on to the Neos Fusion. We have double protection. That's perfect. And let's pretend like he was not attacking into him anyway. Woo! Copy! Copy that! Wow, that was easier than expected. I guess I just casually put everything into attack and just go balls deep on him. I could keep them in defense to be really protective, but we don't give any Fs. His back row's a bluff. How long am I Shien for? Forever. No, until the end phase. Okay. We will grab another Neos Fusion. He negates, we activate another one. Fine. Fine. Fool! Fool! Right, and guys, just so you know, you cannot mass change after using your Neos Fusion. Or Miracle Fusion, so it has to be a follow-up. It's similar to Miracle Contact. Miracle Contact, I think so far, might be a little bit better. Just a little. He's got dual wield, we're not happy. We are not happy at all. Not happy at all. But if we really want to play around dual wield, we could have 3 great monsters on the field. How about that? Polly. Maybe I'll go, this will be interesting. This will be interesting. Huge. They'll probably be shuffled back in the extra so we can resummon them anyway. Dark Neos. Treacherous. Neos Fusion. Does this protect if a fusion? Wow, 1 for 2. 1 for 2. Get out of here. Get out of here. Fool. Yes. Welcome to the new tier 0. Damn, son. Fool. Bam.